Hey everyone, my name is Sam Brukhman. I'm part of the team at Async, and today I have some great people with me. I'm talking with some amazing artists on the Async platform. I have with me today Kitty Bast and CultBitz. Thanks guys for being here today.
No, thank you.
Hello, thank you.
How did you get started? Where are you coming from? What was art like for you in your childhood and all the way up to where you are now? Let's start with Kitty Bast first.
Okay. So my name's obviously Kitty Bast, but my real name's Katie Shevlin, and I was born, I work in Manchester in the UK, and I studied fine art, BA/MA at Manchester School of Art. I really miss the studio there because it's just great, because I also have a fine art practice as well as the crypto art practice, if that makes sense, but they kind of cross over anyway into each other. But I like to create not only digital art, but physical sculptures, installations, painting. I'm quite a messy maker in fine art, really messy. But yeah, when I was about 6, I'd say my earliest memory of creating, I was about 6 years old. My dad showed them me about a year or so ago. He pulled them all out just to show me. Like, I'd been making, like, since I was 6, all these like scarecrow paintings, and it was just like a repetitive thing that I did. I just like painted a scarecrow with the sunshine behind him. It wasn't the most amazing painting at 6, but it was something I just did over and over, and he had like 20 or 30 of these scarecrows that he's collected. And yeah, and then I went to college. I did tattooing.
Yeah, I've always been into art. I've always been into doodling mainly, you know what I mean? When I was a kid, I used to make comic books, draw them, you know, classroom tables, spray paint, do whatever I could, like, you know what I mean? And then I kind of went into graphic design, where got very much addicted to like cryptocurrencies, and basically from there like found crypto art, and thought obviously I'll explore this a bit more, and this is why I'm here.
CultBitz, can you elaborate a little bit more about that and tell us sort of how you found cryptocurrency and sort of what attracted you to that medium, and eventually how you got into NFTs?
Originally, I think I saw things about Bitcoin, and it was when it all started, it like kind of going on a bit of a run. I think it was 2017 when I first kind of become aware more of cryptocurrencies. So I thought, well, what about this cryptocurrency thing? Maybe I should spend my time and try and make some money in this, because my time's better spent if I can make some dough, you know what I mean? So started looking more into cryptocurrencies, and basically from there got addicted to that, really, like looking into the smaller altcoins a lot of the time because I couldn't afford Bitcoin. We actually I spoke to Kitty Bast about it, and basically told her about some of the things that I was looking into. I think the first thing I came across was Super Rare, and I was like, wow, there's actually a place, you know, to upload your artwork onto the blockchain, on the Ethereum blockchain. And I was like, this looks like something special.
So you talk a lot about how there are different sort of styles that you implement, and how the two sort of intertwine many times. So, you know, your live art intertwines with your, you know, the art that you make and mint as NFTs. Can you sort of go into that a little bit more and describe what those two styles are and how they sort of play with each other?
Yeah, so like when I went to college doing art, and then to uni doing all the art school, it developed, and there was always always an attraction, fascination with animals was always there. And then I just kind of, like, in my fine art practice, I was like, I'll take maybe a canvas. It might not always be a canvas or anything, it could be object. Like, I'll like put things like bits of fake fur together with fake hair, so it's like that human animal thing. And they just kind of look like these messy like all these things jumbled together really. Like they become their own kind of, I don't want to call it a creature, but do you know what I mean? It becomes its own thing, and then you obviously the tattoos are thrown in there. So like I would actually tattoo in my fine art practice. I would actually use my tattoo equipment to tattoo silicone and things like that. But I'd make my own like skin, if that made sense, in my fine art practice. I would drop rubber onto things like materials that looked like skin, so like fake leather, for example. I'd pull it off and you're left with behind, you can see through, and it looks like skin with all the lines in it. And then I'd tattoo it, and then I might stack these things up that I'm making and then bunch them into, say, one piece of art.
It was Kitty Bast who came up with the idea, and she was telling me about it, and I said, it's an incredible idea, like, you know, something that I think really will be quite a shocking piece in the way that it transforms as well, like, and the fact that it's got ties to the Brothers Grimm, like, so yeah, that's it, isn't it, Kate? Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got. There we go. It's that. It's from this book.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a great binding too, and the pages.
It is pretty. And I've got these. My sister got me these. These are crazy as well. Like the Hans Andersons as well. So these are crazy. But we wrote a little bit in the description, taken in parts from the book, but we kind of changed it a little bit to suit the work. Like, so we played like with reversal of the roles in a way, but still it's not at the same time. So I think it kind of, maybe it does explore that predator-prey relationship that people can have with each other, as well as being, you know, I think it's great for like a Halloween piece, because it is a bit grotesque. But yeah, so it explores that a little bit, because when I try to pick it apart, because I like to then analyze the things that I've drawn or made or we've done, and the flower obviously is like it's just like a symbol of her getting lost or like straying from this path or going somewhere else, but getting deeper and deeper into something, and it's almost like she's becomes a bit obsessed with that, gets a bit lost, and then you kind of, if you were to read it and analyze the piece at the same time, we start the reversal with where it says what big eyes you have, and it's like you can see, it's like the wolf normally says that to Little Red Riding Hood, so this predatory-prey relationship's going on, but then it starts to reverse, so then it's like what a big mouth I have instead of you have. There's the reversal, and then, but then you think, well, I don't know, when I'm reading that piece, I think at first you could probably read it on the surface as, is she become this predator, this predatory thing instead of the wolf, because it looks that way when she's reaching out and snapping this what looks like this flower up in the night side of it. But then when you think about it, it looks from, because you've done the heart of it, and it's interesting when two people work on a piece, but really it's obviously her own heart that's coming out there. So it's like, has it reversed it yet again? That predatory play relationship, that balance, is it there? Like and then therefore that's why we put in the, like at the end when he's explaining it, she swallows herself up in a way, rather than like, so the wolf, the reversal, this wolf, the predator-prey reversal, and then you swallow yourself up in a way with it. It's hard to explain, but it makes sense to me. So at first you think this is the predator, then maybe it's not. Maybe it's the other way around.
Thank you both for being on here today. Such a great chance to be able to talk with you a little bit, and to talk about your latest piece. In case you viewers are looking at the piece now, make sure to not forget to vote for it. And in the Async Halloween contest, which is coming up on October 31st, which is Halloween. So tune in then. Thanks, guys, for being on today.
Thank you.
The cat said bye to you.